And we're back. War of the Crows has finished. It's over. Is it? Maybe. Who knows? Let's play and find out.
So it's just called Of the Crows now, that whole campaign.
Yeah, this is just Crows. The game.
Crows the game.
The Crows in everyday life, you know. What are they going to do today? Go to the beach. Who knows? Squawk at some people in a square. You'll see that I've written the summary notes again, but they are a bit sparse than usual.
Yeah, mission complete, eh?
Yeah.
Tick. We go now?
Yeah, tick the box. We all retire happily.
Well, we have.
Thanks for joining in.
Yeah, we have the payoff to do from the social score.
And XP.
That is the payoff. Yes, it's all part of the payoff, my friend.
And are we going to do? I know we're skipping forward. Are we going to do a downtime before we skip? Is there any point? I guess we.
Well, we're not skipping ahead just yet.
Okay, cool beats.
Get ahead of yourself, Saffron.
I wouldn't dare.
We will do some payoff from the social score, in which you negotiated the surrender of the Red Sashes, who are now fully removed from Crowsfoot. Which you organised yourself, but you did get a devil's bargain that said that Bazo Baz, the leader of the Lampblacks, would not be too happy about the fact that you went and organised the surrender on your own terms with Campbell.
Even that is sort of what they were his terms, right? But yeah, we established that he would be annoyed.
It's not what we did; it's how we did it. That's what we did.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's hope. Somewhat annoyed is on the scale of what that could possibly mean. Yeah.
It's if GTA's taught me one thing: is criminal NPCs are very understanding and all on the level, right? Well, I have. Well, actually, let's go. Let's just start with doing the payoff. Let's just start with going through the payoff. Did you guys all track your desperate XP?
Currently, just scrolling through the tracker now.
I did not. I had one risky thing. I think I only got 1 XP for often expressing beliefs, which was mainly based around the hatred of the Aruvians, those kind of conversations. That'd be all I would track on my XP for the social encounter.
Not sure if I got any.
Well, let's see. So, Saffron, you reckon you expressed your belief, drive, heritage, of background.
Yes, we had a few heated conversations about, the pretty classic stuff, but quite a lot of back and forths about.
Yeah. I'd say so. Yep.
And actually, it was quite good because it wasn't even that's why I quite like the character. I wasn't even metagaming it. It was only after I was like, oh yeah, we did get into some quite good. So naturally, got into those classic kind of debates about whether the whole thing of whether Rubens should stay here and whether we should kick them out. It was ingrained in quite a lot of that stuff. So that was quite nice. Yes. One little pip there.
Silas, I think you?
Well, I've got one on command for what we can for the final intimidation of the inspector role. That was desperate.
Yes.
I would say that also does probably qualify for addressing a challenge with coercion.
I'm thinking. I don't think it was. I know it's fine. I'll give it to you. I mean, I don't think it was like physical coercion, but I guess coercion can be physical. And
it was the threat. It was the threat of violence.
It was the threat of.
Well, there were
discovery, right?
Combined, yeah, I mean, there was also layers of we know where you go and we can get to you, kind of.
Yeah,
sort of
it feels to me more like the spider, address a challenge with conspiracy, but we can call it coercion.
Thank you. Borderline, but I'll take it.
Borderline. And then
probably it for me.
Yes, and then Lorenzo.
Don't think I got any, mate, honestly. To be
So-
fair.
TBH. TBH.
Mhm.
Well, in terms of rep, you get your 2 rep by default,
Oh yes.
and you get higher rep per tier higher. So I'll give
Okay.
you another rep.
So have we gone into the next bracket, right?
So you have gone into the next bracket, and now the war is over. You're
We're
back
up
to you're now tier 1 strong.
Tier 1
Yeah.
strong.
Hey.
Yes.
So we
That's
were rep.
nice.
So you're saying we got two rep generally, or just for
So three
Well, one rep.
three overall.
3 over 1? Right, so that covers it. So we need to choose our next thingamabob. What do you call it?
That's XP.
Oh, what does rep get us?
You go up a tier. Well, you go from weak tier 1 to strong tier 1.
But aren't we back? But weren't we tier 1 before the war started? So aren't we tier 2?
You were tier 1 weak hold. Now you're tier 1 strong hold.
Right. Okay. So right.
We went down
right.
to 0
I
before
see.
the war.
Right. Went down to 0. Right.
This is why I still don't feel like I fully understand, like, but you know what? I'm just fine to let be told.
War took us down. Yes, we were week 1. War took us down to week 0. We went back up to week 1 when war ended, and now we're strong 1 because our reps got up. So if we finish up again, we go to tier 2. So 1 week strong, 2 week strong, 3 week strong. That's the thrust of it. Cool.
It basically gives you some breathing room. So if you go to war again, you're not going to drop a tier.
Nice. Oh, I see. So you don't drop a tier, you drop a notch, which will be down to week 1.
Yes, but it
Awesome.
does cost
Yes.
you coin to upgrade an actual tier. So if you want to go to tier 2, it's like tier times 8 coin or something. So it'll be like 16 coin to level up to tier 2.
Okay,
Yeah. So
we better. We need some vaults.
We need to start making fucking money.
Yeah. How do we
One
get
thing we've
vaults?
not been good at is making money.
No, that's true actually, which is bad.
yes.
We've
Yes,
been
yes,
good
yes.
at getting a wanted level up. That's what we've been good at.
Oh, we're really good at
Very
that.
good.
God, our want level's so high. I just realised that.
Speaking of the heat,
Oh god, yeah.
I will say
That's
it is contained. So 2 heat.
What? That's just the standard for any school.
To eat for a meeting.
It seems weird.
Plus 1 heat if you're at war with another faction.
Sure.
So 3 overall.
But the war's over.
Well, not
Sure,
at the time of the end of the score.
Yeah, but the heat surely comes after the score. Like the war ended at the end of the score.
We'll take the heat.
Yeah, this is why Warhammer, you have like everything says at the start of the command phase, at the end of the command phase.
Yes. I'm a big fan of that.
That's right. That's what DMs are for, isn't it?
Apparently so.
I'm always suspicious though. I like it written down.
Apparently so. Oh, chat says it's time for you to start selling your bodies.
Oh, ho, ho.
That's,
Time is
That's season 2, I guess.
it's pimp o'clock, guys.
Brothel of the Crows. There we go.
Oh yes. Just go wherever the inspector was going. The hypocrites be like, yes, well, I'll cover your plot for doing that. Actually, that's a great idea, actually. Let's do that as well.
Just going to use him for leads.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
What are you smuggling? A good time.
What are you smuggling? Cool. Okay. The problem is we haven't earned coin for like 3
No.
goes. And I don't obviously know how we could earn coin for the last one. We must have got. Didn't we get anything from the ambassador's house? Anything at all? Nothing.
You got your bottles
I
that you
did.
didn't
We
want to
still
sell.
need to We still need to talk about that because I've got nothing from them yet. Get to downtime. We've got some discussions to be had.
Crew XP.
Okay, I don't think it's going to be high, right? But okay.
You didn't.
Excuses.
You didn't do a successful smuggling.
No.
You did contend with challenges about your
I
station.
was going to say.
I don't imagine you bolstered your crew's reputation.
What, by taking over Crow's Foot?
You didn't take over Crow's Foot.
Oh.
You helped the Blacks negotiate it. Express the goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew.
So if we decide our essential nature is to be bold and to be frightening and threatening monsters of the dark, we didn't really do either of
Probably
those.
not that, is it? If we scared the red sashes out of their school.
Not in the boardroom, no.
We were bold in that we went for the full shot of it. We didn't just settle for, the pixie little. Oh yeah, all right. We'll let you keep the school. We're pretty ballsy on that front. I felt like that's kind of one essential crew status, going for broke.
I think we need to go bully a small gang.
Yeah.
Basically.
Go scare the shit out of some lowlifes.
Some kids. Yeah.
We spent
Go
all this
beat up
time
some
fighting
junkies on
above
the
our
street.
station.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to just waltz into some dockers, not the dockers because we want to be friends with dockers, but someone like the dockers, like the cabbies or something, and be like, right, we're having all your carriages, dicks, because we can.
Yep. Muscle in.
Muscle. So if XP gets us like lair and turf and stuff, but where do the special abilities come from there?
XP doesn't give you lair and turf.
So we'll get
XP...
to just turf. What would you get? How do you get turf? How do you get turf and cover operation and vice den and
turf? You have to specifically go after with scores.
Right. And what did having just one turf do?
Lowers your maximum rep counter.
That's it. Yeah, that was very useful. Yeah. Cool. Got it. Sorry. Just testing you.
I know all my homework still. Right, and I shall roll for entanglements.
Ruh-roh.
Let's see. Heat is 4.
Mm-hmm.
And your wanted level is
3.
3, so 3 dice.
Jesus.
That doesn't feel good.
Yeah, after winning. Oh, okay. Never know. That's not bad.
That's mid. Reprisals or unquiet dead. It's time for Bear to visit Lorenzo again.
Uh-oh.
Poor Lorenzo just keeps. I feel bad now.
Got a bad feeling about this.
We have ghosts on the
is...
little damn Dodger. I feel like it's a bit unfair. It just keeps on Lorenzo getting possessed every single time, and no one else at risk. It does feel a bit.
I think what happens, maybe Lorenzo hangs out on the Foghound quite a bit since we've taken it. He likes it because he used to be on the boats quite a bit, and that's quite a sizable vessel. Reminds him of his career days. So I imagine he's probably hanging out there, and then he's probably like in the officers' quarters or whatever. Then Bear's like in the chair next to him or something, disappearing.
Yeah. So I've taken two ticks off it. There's 3 ticks left. But these are the kind of end of season things we can tie up. Getting Lorenzo a whisper to exercise his bear ghost.
I thought we were saying I was going to start playing Bear controlling Lorenzo.
If it happens.
I mean,
Right, mate.
You'd actually be a vampire then. So if you fully force out Lorenzo. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Have you not got to that bit in Haunted City yet?
Oh no. Well, one of them gets possessed by a vampire.
No, one of them already is being possessed by another spirit.
Oh.
Yes.
I know the dude's and the girl's wife. The wife possesses her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that the one?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Right. So before we do downtime, I have a ditty.
Oh, diddly ho.
And I notice whenever I have a ditty, it's never actually a good thing. It's never like, here's my thing I wrote to tell you about how great you're doing. And I want gold that will shower down.
The classic just wall of text was what ditty is, right? It's just the next step in
the
process.
It's my text box.
We're not in a place. The ditty of doom. That ditty is doomed. That ditty is. Well, we're not exactly in the kind of place where good things happen anyway. So it kind of makes sense that
it's true.
It's not good, right?
Chris Whitty and his evil ditties.
Oh yes,
You
Yes.
do us like a limerick of luck next time.
that'd be nice. Or a stanza of
There once was a blue coat called
Penderson.
Silas.
yes, rhyme Silas.
No, that's a tough one.
Right. Ditty number 2, written by Oliver James Paul. Manchester, England. In the days following the negotiation, the war between the Red Sashes and Lampblacks comes to an end. Slowly but surely the Red Sashes vacate their turf, and their sword academy goes silent. The Eruvian consulate holds a press conference in front of the ancient building as the doors are locked closed for the final time, blaming the hostile anti-Eruvian mobs and gangs in Crowsfoot for shutting down this proud institution. They beg the rich and powerful to aid them in rectifying this crime against them. The Lampblacks meanwhile go silent, and you do not hear from either Bazo or Pickett after the negotiations. Then one night, word spreads like fire oil across Crowsfoot. The Lampblacks have finalised another deal, this time with the Crows. Unbelievably to most, Lissa of the Crows gang has ceded control of Crowsfoot to Bazo Baz. Questions spread. What control does Bazo have over Lissa? How long has he been planning this? How does this affect me? A few days later, Pickett returns to the Damned Emporium. This time with a heavy guard. So,
How heavy is he?
I mean, you can offer to put him on your Emporium scales.
Yeah, exactly. I can weigh you against these 7 stacks of Eruvian spices. Are you how many?
Of a horse.
8 sacks full. This guard is heavy.
2/3 a horse. Holy shit! A hefty fella.
Well, what kind of horse?
I imagined a big old Mustang.
Oh, wow.
Right, wolves or something.
A wolf.
Wolves.
So Pickett enters the the Emporium. The shop
Does
is
he
called
enter?
the Emporium, I guess, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. The Emporium up there. Does he enter? Do we let him just? Oh, he's by himself.
Yeah, I think so. He's got some like Lampblacks
Shop,
with
isn't it?
him. He doesn't normally
I have
come
a shop.
when he comes to visit you before. He doesn't normally come with like
Sure.
Lampblack thuggos, but this time he has. But they stay outside as he comes in.
Alright, let's kill him now then. While he's alone. You fool! Ugh. Bode well, does it?
So what do you say?
Well, I don't know what time of day is it. Are we all just milling?
Why do you need to know what time of day is?
Because Saffron goes to bed very early. They call an early bird dinner for a reason.
That's true. But you're all normally like up at 4 a.m. for your apprentice taxis to arrive.
That is true.
For your next
That is
challenge.
true.
No, it's whatever time Saffron feels like he can be awake, I guess.
We're all having a nice lunch together.
Yeah, all celebrating. We're literally all just, it's a classic cut. We're all cheersing each other at the table, all joyous. We're like, yeah, we did it. Nothing can go wrong now.
What would be the first relaxing day in some time, or one of the first ones where we can just sit around,
Yeah.
and not fight for our lives. Maybe having some of Saffron's special porridge.
Yes.
Oh yes.
Spaced out of our gourds. Sounds good to me.
Yeah. Is Gus having some porridge as well?
Exactly. Oh, Pickett, do come in. He said sarcastically because he's already in. If that wasn't clear.
It's like, it's a shop, ain't it? The sign said open, so I just came in.
Lorenzo asked you to flip that before we had the nice dinner. What happened?
Flip what?
The sign. So it said closed, not open.
Oh, I'm not sure.
What?
I'm not sure, apprentice.
I thought I had that black book sign anyway that's always closed on both sides. That was my ambition.
So,
That's so
Pickett,
Saffron.
to what do we owe the pleasure?
He says, well, I came to thank you on behalf of the Lampblacks for all your assistance during the war with the Red Sashes. You were certainly a big help making sure that we were winning on that flank while Bazo was busy doing what you probably heard that he was doing.
Sounds like a rather critical element to your plan we've supported you in. I'm sure this will lead to a long and fruitful friendship. That must surely be why you're here.
That is one of the reasons why I'm here. And then he signals for the one of the guards to come in, who has a chest of puts it down heavily onto the shop floor, opens it up, and you can see valuables worth 10 coin. And he says,
cast a tinkerer's eye over it to see if it's like, hear any ticking noises or anything that seems a bit buried within it. Is that what we can do? Can we do a perception check within this game? I can't remember if we could do that or not.
Yeah, go to bite one of the coin, bite some of the jewelry, see if it's real.
yeah.
Taste it.
No, I'm banning all forms of like listening at doors, listening at floors, listening at boxes, listening at whatever rolls.
If you do it in D&D, you don't do it here.
That's it.
Yeah. I take my 10-foot pole and I poke the chest to see if it's what's that? The trap thing from the movie.
Mimics and
You seen the D&D movie, the new one, the Chris Pine one?
I've seen the chest.
Yeah.
I've seen the first 20 minutes.
Oh.
That's how I watch That's when you have kids. How you watch
films for the holiday watch list.
That's how you watch films with kids. You just watch in 20 minutes before they wake up, or you fall asleep. It's one of those brief moments. 20 minutes in, but you mean a mimic chest or just something?
That's right. Yeah.
Or in Baldur's Gate, there's quite a memorable mimic in the bank. If you guys see
Stop trying to make Baldur's Gate podcast happen. It's not happening. Not on my watch. So you got a crate of 10 coin.
Okay. How much money is it?
And he says, and Bazo would like wanted me to pass on the offer of a couple of the old Red Sash spots in Crow's Foot. He thinks you deserve the extra turf. So that is in brackets 2 turf of your choice.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You fighter.
I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop here, guys. I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop here.
Yeah.
And also, here's a sword of the chest.
And you can see that I've given you +3 with the Lampblacks
Jesus.
on the sheet. And he says we'd like to think of you as the right hand gang of the Lampblacks, our official smugglers, partners in crime, helping us to rule Crow's Foot and keeping the peace. This does mean, of course, that the Crows are not going to be too happy with you, but Basil's got them under control for now.
Well, we've heard rumours about a deal. If the Lampblacks are now fully in control, what are the Crows doing in this particular area? Surely they're not even here. Not even a concern, surely.
They are still operating as they did before, but they are no longer the de facto ruling gang. They're just a gang as the Lampblacks and Red Sashes were before this whole ordeal started. There is an uneasy truce between the Crows and the Lampblacks, but if they know that you've signed up with us, they'll probably hate you just as much.
I don't think it'll come as any great surprise. We're more likely to find ourselves aligned with you in the future, given our successful endeavors to date. So, Hagen.
So this all sounds wonderful. Excuse me for being an old skeptic, but you appear to have come with more company than usual. There's not some other side to this agreement that you happen to bring with you, is there, that we should be worried about?
Well, if you ever have the privilege of walking around Crowsfoot with 10 coin, you'll probably want some people around with you. But,
I wouldn't know. This is more than I've ever seen. You know you can have more than one coin.
Silas kicks Saffron under the table in a sort of like
That
try and
breaks,
keep your cool way, like.
breaks his leg in half. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna add that as a level
Supposed to
2
be a big
wound.
deal here, Saffron.
Add that as a level 2 wound. That breaks Saffron's leg in half. He's very fragile. Thank you.
He has a full meltdown because of the violence.
Broken leg.
yep, as a Darkest Dungeon style meltdown.
Oh bloody hell! I just meant to tap him on the leg.
But he says as well, but to be honest, I wasn't too sure how you would react to this news, so always pays to be prepared for the worst.
Well, it's certainly surprising to make another deal when we thought we were aligned so nicely. So that was certainly a surprise and a concern, but it's glad to hear that you and the Crows aren't best of friends. I'm sure there's still a world where perhaps they're no longer even around at all, maybe. But we'll see. We'll see, I'm sure.
Pickett, I'd like to understand a little bit more about how you and Bazo see this arrangement. You're certainly the most powerful group in Crowsfoot now, with smugglers of choice, partners in crime. I do hope you don't think this lovely pile of money means we work for you now. We are an independent operation, after all.
Of course, but as our erstwhile allies, it does mean that our enemies are your enemies, and that can't be helped. But it does mean that we can work together on a number of many things. But for now, I think just the establishing the new rule over Crowsfoot, making sure all the lower gangs fall into line, should be in both of our interests. You now have a name for yourselves. You have turf. You have businesses, for crying out loud. You're going to want to learn how to look after them. You can't be picking wars with people willy-nilly.
Was that a shot against my
Willy
shop?
Vanilly.
Willy-nilly.
I hope that wasn't a dig against my shop. I've already very experienced in running an establishment, thank you very much. It's like a panel just falls off the wall and the stairs just like collapse.
Yeah. Yeah, you're rotting. Was it like what do they call it? It was like closing sale soon.
Yeah.
buy now before too late.
Lots of those signs around. So
Yeah, but I mean, also he's referring to the fact that, you know, if you so choose, for your turf, you can pick stuff like side business and tavern.
You picked turf. Did you mean specifically the turf blocks? You meant we could pick?
You could pick any 2 blocks as long as they
Makes
connect.
sense.
Yeah.
I've had a look, and I think cover operation, which gives us -2 heat per score, would be pretty useful at the moment going forward. Because sooner or later, one of us is going to go to prison. If we don't work on
Is
that.
that a threat? Well, we can't bring down our wanted by heat, but I know keep our heat in check. I mean, we've got
Eventuality.
We've got a clear one.
Though. Heat
Yeah,
equals oil in downtime. Wait, I'm trying to understand that. Tier
Yeah.
roll minus heat equals coin in downtown. Tier
We need
one.
a
So-
full guy,
Like,
basically.
So if if the tier is 1, you roll 1 dice. Then you minus your heat from that. So if you roll a
Yeah.
5...
We'll never make a penny.
Unless we have
Yeah.
cover operation and heat vice, then those actually would work quite well in tandem.
Well, I suppose, like, as much as I love perusing the mechanics because it's all be very useful, it's what would we be getting up to? You know.
Yes, be more.
I mean, cover
in-game.
operation. I think we would all, as a group of scoundrels, be aware that we have caused ourselves too much awareness from the authorities. So that would probably make sense to the characters as well. But
Yeah. Well, the Emporium is already technically a cover operation. Could we not pretend like with this new investment we actually use it to kind of like do off bets? So it actually does actually function more properly, and that kind of really is in a cover operation. Now it actually is bustling and is actually working as a actual shop that is actually doing stuff.
with
perhaps
couriers and things.
Yeah, yes.
Reasons for people to be going places with stuff and.
Yes.
Aren't you like a drug dealer on the side as well?
Yes, well, it's always the Emporium's always been a cover operation, but it just doesn't work anymore because it's so derelict that no one even you can't use it because it's too. If someone comes in to buy something, it's very suspicious. Whereas if it's actually up and running again,
Yeah, well, you can narrative it any way you like.
yeah,
They
good
go
option.
in to buy
I
a
like that.
vase, and the vase is full of drugs. You know.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yes, I mean there still would be, but a cover operation for our smuggling as well. So like you say, we could get somewhere to smuggle stuff back to more safely, which is what the -2 heat represents, right? It's just stuff gets done more slyly. People actually think it's legit.
The damn Dodger can have like the Emporium on the side,
Yeah,
and you can be like,
delivering.
"Hey guys,
yes.
it's just we're just delivering."
Bring in the latest bananas and grapes from around the corner. All very wholesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's the Ocado of Duskfall. That's the ambition.
Now we finally have something to sort
Yes,
of crew around.
with the damned Ocado. The Waitrose boys.
Yeah.
That's what they call us.
Have you booked your time slot, Miss Turner? Cool. Well, yeah, I think Pickett says, well, if that'll be all, I'm sure we'll be talking in the near future. But I'd recommend you guys lay low for a while. Word is the Bluecoats seem to be after you, after the Damned Emporium. They want to bring you in for questioning.
Good luck.
If
It didn't break me last time. It won't break me again.
In time, the Bluecoats won't be the authority on these streets. I believe we'll be able to bring things into order in such a way that should benefit both the Lampblacks and the Emporium.
That's a very bold, mysterious claim, Silas. Good luck in those endeavours, I guess. But the Bluecoats, Bluecoats are, as you probably know, one of the most powerful gangs in Duskfall. So,
certainly, but using a little bit of their experience, I believe we can bring our own form of order to these streets and work around them, of course.
Yeah.
it's like, well, as long as we still get our smuggling goods from you, then you can do whatever you like in your free time. Good luck to you. All the power to you.
You like some porridge before you go? We're having celebratory porridge.
Is it from one of those sachets, or actually you've made it in a pan from oats?
If I said neither, would that put you off?
Really, it sometimes makes it overnight.
Is it like the Pret a Manger down the road? Because I'd just probably go to them, to be honest.
No, it's only Ocado's finest in the Damned Emporium.
It's like, no, To be honest with you, Saffron, I'm a pretty big shot round here, round Crowsfoot. You know, these days I'm off to one of these fancy establishments over in Six Towers. It's the kind of thing old Pickett does now. Maybe one day you'll join me.
Well, now you mention it, I wouldn't mind upgrading from porridge once in a while. And then he looks at the big pile of money in the chest and was like, I think perhaps we can probably upgrade to eggs or something.
I don't know how to make eggs.
The ghost chickens of Duskfall. Well.
Well. Do we need to talk turf then?
Pickett exits stage left, and I can delete all these bullet points I wrote. If you kicked off.
Oh, I can't believe you thought we'd ever kick off. What? I mean, I'm ready to. There wasn't much to.
I think we're all ready to sit down now and be like, we'll sort of. It's definitely a problem, but.
Well, I think when I listened back to the last one, I think there was a lot of mention of like, so we own Crowsfoot now, yeah? We get like 10 turf, yeah?
We don't.
No, which I guess was a bit ambitious. I think we were. Yes, I think we thought, we'll just have the Sword Academy. We'll have this, but I suppose
I think being an ally of the current ruling party in Crowsfoot with a good relationship is a good, strong position to come out.
Yes, we know exactly who to merge.
The stuff they've given us too, so I think that's like pretty good resolution.
The plan, if I remember from even day one, was to hope to see these leading groups eliminate each other. But nothing is more beneficial than being right in the tight inner circle of the leading group. All these know where they are gathering for one well-placed exploding barrel, and oh no, they're gone.
You're plotting against our only allies already.
Yeah, of course. the whole ambition is to own Crow's Foot.
I get you're a scoundrel.
You can
it's
dream
not.
bigger.
It's not the game.
It is the game.
The game is to get coin.
I want to see some of the rest of the city.
We don't have to kill them. They can die organically.
It's all they've ever known.
We can consolidate them organically.
Right, well, I think we know who we want to send to prison.
I do know.
I've got an idea for that.
I had a great idea too. We can all put it in the pot.
May I suggest mine first?
I said mine last week, but no one seemed to bite on it. So yeah, please.
Okay. How about we find a fall guy? Now I'm suggesting a group downtime activity to find someone, like get them in the gang, and then plant all the evidence on them, and then have them go to prison for us. That's my plan.
I like it.
I'm not sure if that would work mechanically, Olly. That'd be allowed.
Because the time is, I think that is a bit condensed. If we die like maybe two.
We have quite a long list of crimes that we've collectively become wanted for. I feel like it might be quite difficult to be like, and all those things that happened, this one, this one.
Yeah, but
there's a book in this person's house that said they did all of them.
Yeah, but blue coats are corrupt as fuck, right? So maybe a bit of coin and.
I think to get someone to go to prison for you for a year would be a substantial amount of coin to pay to them.
Look, my idea, if you remember, we get Margaret Vale to do it. We promise her on her release she gets control back of the Foghound. That was my pitch.
Well, I mean, you can talk to her about it, but I think from your experience with her, I think she's pretty. Like, I don't think she really cares about that. The only thing she cares about is now killing Campbell. So.
I knew I liked her for a reason.
But sure, throw her in prison.
Well, I didn't know she was so intent on killing that bastard. Fine. I thought it was a great idea. Let's lock in those turfs before we forget.
Yeah, do turfs.
So yeah,
then we can do downtime.
Really, we can either we could do Vice Standard Corporation, or we could have to get turf and then tavern or warehouse.
Well, actually, also you need to divvy up those 10 coin as well.
Well, two go straight in the vault.
2 for the vaults and then 2 each.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do we get more vaults?
It's the upgrades with XP.
Where is that?
And how are the vaults looking?
It's in the
So
lair.
Do we start with those first 4 slots of the vault?
No, you don't start with any vault.
We start with none. Okay.
I'm not seeing anything.
How are we getting vaults again, sorry?
You can get vaults by buying them. You know the boxes where the lair boxes are. We've got like vehicle and workshop and stuff. You can fill in 2 boxes every time you level up your crew sheet. So you could use one of the boxes to get a vault, which gets you 4 more slots.
Well, so in the empty turf, you can add a vault in.
No, not nothing to do with turf. It's basically every time you level up your crew sheet, you can either pick a special ability or you can fill 2 boxes in the crew upgrades.
Right.
But that counts as coins, because the vaults are kind of weirdly like grayed out, but we can still click into them, just add money. So how do we track how big our vault is?
So the 2 boxes where it says vault, here I'll fill them in.
Oh right, okay.
So each time you fill one of those in, you get the first 4 for the first one, and then you get, what is that, like 8? Wow. Yeah.
Cool. And that would be instead of getting like ghost passage, all hands, just passing an ability.
Sorry?
Is that instead of an ability?
Yes.
Cool. Okay, good to know. Okay, 2 on there, 2 for everyone else. Just do you want to mark up?
Yeah. So I've given Friedrich some. He's
Love me.
his I had to put it into his stash because his pockets are full.
Cool.
So just a reminder for the stash. If you take money out of the stash, you lose half of it basically.
God.
Yeah.
I mean, I spent all my coin over the course of last few.
I did too. That answered my question of. So just our 10 coin. We just done. Sorry, we split it up. Yeah.
We can split it how we want, right?
Yeah. Well, then not to metagame. Some of us. I mean,
Your favourite phrase.
Some of us empty a pocket. Well, not metagame. He says always before metagame, of course. But is it not prudent? Is there any in-game world where we're like, you know what, actually, I'll hold on to that coin for you. I've got more pop space in my pockets, Friedrich. If it's going to cost us a coin to get it back out again.
You can do that, yeah. Work it out amongst yourselves, yeah. But
okay, well, Friedrich's not here, so how much space does Friedrich have?
Oh, he has no space.
Oh, okay.
I've had to put coin in his stash.
Well, are we happy to say I'll take his 2 and discuss it with him next time? I have space for it.
You want to hold on to it for him?
Yes. If he wants to take it and stash it, we can have a conversation, but it seems silly to then put it in there and then have
go on then. You take it and
all right.
Remember.
I'll put a note in my notes.
I have to stash some of my coin because I want that retirement fund.
Mm-hmm.
What's our split? Like 2 each, and then 2 for the.
That's what we did. We put 2 in.
The gang.
2 in those.
Yeah.
Okay. So sorry. That's it. Sorry. The game is you retire when you fill all those stash slots.
So you can choose to retire whenever, but it's the different tiers of how good your retirement is. So if you do fill them all out, that is like the best outcome of being a scoundrel possible. Like you'll have a comfy, like what's his face, Crowman, who owns the leaky bucket.
Oh yes, Marvin Gaye, Marvin.
Yeah, he did hear it on the grapevine.
He did.
I think
makes lovely wine out of the grapevine.
Yeah, I think actually, to be fair, I think that's only like tier stash like level 3, or I think to like have your own tavern or something is 3, whereas 4 is like super comfy lifestyle.
Yeah, you need 21 coin to have a modest retirement with a small home. You might operate a small business.
Jesus, what is this? What is it? The UK?
So if we were to retire now, we'd be on the street, fellas.
Pretty much.
Yeah, hovel times.
I mean, that's actually what it says. You end up in the gutter, awash in vice and misery.
Oh, when you don't even fill in a row.
If you don't fill in a row, yeah.
Awash in vice and misery.
Yeah.
So I guess you could be.
Well, that's the retirement I want.
So you could be living. You could be filling up the stash, but I guess your coin pocket could keep refilling
Yeah,
from other sources, and you can spend that. But as long, okay, that makes more sense. You can always have full coin on you and just tuck stuff away. All right,
Yeah.
fair enough.
But it's also a good balancing act between leveling up
Yeah.
tier as well. So it's like
How so?
Well, if you're going to have to spend 16 coin to level up to tier 2, are you going to keep pursuing power, or are you going to try and retire? Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I like it. There's like good little. There's definitely a good they've tied it. Yeah. Definitely worth potentially thinking about getting another vault, at least next one for the next, because it's good to have that. Disposable cash available.
Yeah, you're nearly
locked up in shares and interests.
Nearly leveled up your crew.
That's true.
Might need to actually go and smuggle something.
I think that seems like a good idea, doesn't it? Some nice profitable operations.
Yeah.
We can move into downtime then.
Okie dokie.
And we get 2. We get the luxury of having 2.
Oh, bloody hell.
Jesus. What a foreign concept.
Yeah. How's everyone's stress looking?
In the game, or
cushy?
I'm 2 stress away from the top, and not to metagame. But if we're about to take that year break, surely all our stress would be resolved.
That sounds extremely metagame. That
does sound
more
extremely
metagame than is reasonable.
Not to metagame, but someone's going to prison soon. So I'd rather just make a rocket launcher for my jet.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Well, before the season can end and you can get to this lovely holiday season, both in-game and out of game, you are still... The warrant of your arrest is still out. I feel like you still need to...
Reduce our heat, yes.
Do something to get rid of this.
This being heat or stress?
Well, this warrant of arrest.
All right.
This might be a good primer for season 2, where you can actually make your own score from scratch based on your goals.
Did we do turf, by the way?
We didn't lock it in, actually. Good point. Let's lock it in. So yes, I think either we're going for cover operation and vice den, or we're going to have to get another turf and choose either tavern or warehouse.
I think those 2 are great. Vice den and cover operation.
They do seem like a good combo, a good wombo combo. Possible to concert and sway on site.
Like
Seems a bit too topical, isn't it? Tavern, a bit too quite good, but quite specific. And then warehouse, 1D to acquire assets. When we acquire assets, is that in
Downtime? Yeah.
I mean, we could do, of course, cover operation and warehouse, but
acquire assets is quite strong as well.
It is quite strong.
Yeah.
I feel like
quite fine weapons and tools and stuff.
That's like a good jump of stuff that you get in one go there as well, isn't it?
What's that for?
Vice den and cover operation.
They do go hand in hand.
Warehouse kind of makes more sense for the actual crew.
Yes.
The coin is
Part of
something.
the cover operation, and that sort of like that whole thing would make sense.
Having the vice den just adds a bit of stability for us. Just having that passive income, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Possibly passive income.
Yes, it just seems like the heat. That's the end of a score. We're saying. No, our overall heat where it currently sits, or the heat generated in that score.
It'll be total heat.
Total heat.
By the time it gets downtime.
So, good question. So, is that going to be at the end of downtime? Because obviously we could use our downtime to lower our heat. Or are we saying at the start of downtime? Where's the text box on that? Because that makes quite a big difference.
Yeah, well, we should decide now and then stick to it, right?
I think not because it helps us, but it makes sense to be at the end of downtime.
Does it?
Yes.
Well, the way I read this is happening whilst you're on a score. This is generating, rather than you do your downtime and then, suddenly all this money's been made.
I would suggest that if the cover operation affects 2 heat per score, then the vice den should operate at the same time during the score. Start. Actually, you know what? I'm not sure where I was going with that. It made sense in my head, and then I'm not sure.
No, you're saying the cover operation.
I'm not sure my thought follows through.
You're saying the event. You're saying the.
So the cover operation occurs basically at the end of the score. Is what I was
Yes.
saying with that, like, you get to the end of the score and you go, here's the heat you've gained or lost. So that should probably be the same time. You should resolve all those things at once. So I think end of score.
Start a downtime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I mean, end of the day, it's another reason, and we always should be another reason to not generate more heat, which is kind of.
Yep. Well, so you're going Vice Den and
Very
cover
good.
operation then?
Let's do it.
Yeah, I quite like. Yeah, it's like that or covered operation and warehouse. What's the narrative of Vice Den then? I mean, you just,
Well,
we're a drugstore and we've got some.
yeah,
shop.
literally put it in the
Your
basement.
shop.
the Vice Dens, I mean, you took out a bunch of them previously from the Red Sashes, so it could be not the Hoi Polloi because he blew that up, but the pub,
Who did that?
the Falchion, maybe
Ooh,
you get
one second,
control
which one-
of.
Which one was the Falchion?
Could we have like
That was the pub.
The pub, the Falchion. What did we do with that? That was when we snuck in, we fucked around, we got out, didn't we?
Yeah, Friedrich just like snuck in and yeah.
Well, yeah, we planned. Yeah. Sorry, just in my notes saying we planned for Friedrich and Zazashel to abseil through the roof. I'm like, Jesus, we do some nonsense, don't we? I love my notes. We like that. Next line. It all goes wrong instantly. It's good stuff. You know, 'cause I think we should. I like the narrative sense of the Emporium becoming more of a cover operation, but it would be nice to, yes, expand a little bit. And then I was going to say,
I like the narrative that we take over one of the places that we.
yeah. I know the Falchion was memorable as well. I was going to say it's more. It could work with the smuggling, but it's as under the cover we'd be smuggling drugs from the Emporium to the Vice, and that would be,
It could also be useful to us as an organisation in general to have, something like a Vice Den. Like, we might make use of it. We might.
It's almost.
It could be relevant in our operations, like contacts or like meetings or stuff like there's just it's a place.
Yep.
It's also kind of part of the same thing. It's also kind of a cover as well. It's a pub as well, right? So it's it kind of is a bit of the cover operation as well. So it's quite a nice. It kind of covers both, right? If we say thematic, that's what it is. It also kind of feeds into that cover operation as well. So that's fun.
Yeah, traditionally it's a gambling den as well, so Lorenzo can always frequent his own pub.
You can go and put all of his money into the cruise stash.
I was going to suggest, could we have maybe a few Goonies just go around in the damn Dodger selling drugs, like a little drugs on a barge, drugs
definitely.
on wheels,
Definitely.
pulling up in each district and just selling a bit.
Yeah,
Definitely. Deliveroo for
Exactly.
the damn Deliveroo.
Yeah, you still need to get a cohort. A perma cohort.
Gus is our permanent cohort. Gus could be out selling drugs, peddling on the streets.
Yeah. Just give him little test tubes on a little coat.
Death sticks.
You don't want to sell me death sticks.
Yeah, Saffron needs to make some kind of machine that can put on Gus's back, so people put money in and then drugs come out.
Like a gacha.
Downtime coming up.
A gachapon.
Vending machine. Yeah.
A gachapon. Yeah.
Nice.
Right, downtime.
Okay.
And the rules are still in effect regarding being spotted.
Cool. But we have two of them. So I love the idea of Lorenzo's group action to help get trauma, I'm trying to think.
Fall guy.
Wanted level down. But how does that come across? And how can we do it? And time and everything else. I mean,
I feel like we would need to sacrifice a large chunk of the coin we just received if we want to pay someone to go to prison.
What else do we have?
I wasn't thinking of paying them even. I was thinking of just setting them up, and then being like later when they get arrested.
I love it.
Just a pure fall guy.
Yeah, I guess this is where it's tricky for us because again, knowing there's time coming up, it does seem like, again, like, is it too lazy to say, well, all right, we'll just go away for a year and that's fine, or is it to say in that year we build up someone and then use that time? It's a bit weird having this kind of precipice of time coming up that we could use, but there's downtime here, but we don't think it's not quite enough time to do that. But yeah, we could.
I don't think the time lapse will start until you've solved this short-term
Once more.
problem.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
you can't go to warp speed until you've passed through the asteroid field, I'm afraid. But also, I think Silas would know as well. Even the blue coats would not be fooled by you being like, oh, all those crimes you've got on your books, it's actually that guy over there. They're not just gonna agree or like believe that.
I think there's a few more moving parts than just that. No, it's like there's gonna be a bit of a bribery, be a bit of a negotiation, bit of like, do us this favor, we'll scratch our back, we'll scratch yours.
I think
a year.
I think the issue is, in terms of things like bribing the blue coats to say that they didn't find you yet, is it possible? But you actually have an inspector working your case.
But he's not in Crow's Foot anymore.
No, not that inspector. An inspector who actually does his fucking job is working your case, and that's because you got to wanted level 3.
Good old nosy noggins over there.
You've gotten the attention of an actual inspector who has got all the evidence and sort of facts about your gang, and is now pursuing you. Yeah.
I've been murdering a lot, so we are probably quite high priority for the.
Yeah,
and 3 wanted level.
Yeah, and it was
murdering it cool.
The death wardens, they were like, I think what we mentioned before, your assassination in White Crown. A lot of the aristocracy and people of White Crown are making a lot of complaints to the blue coats, to the inspectors, to the wardens, being like, we're supposed to be safe here. Like, why are you letting people just get killed in their own homes?
So no fall guy. That's not going to work.
But you could, as Milo said, you could give them a big chunk of coin to literally say...
Worth it. I think we just send Saffron into prison.
I mean, I would... Not that, but I'd rather, one of us into prison than give them a coin.
Is it just that one of the players has to go to prison, or is there a way that we can be clever about it?
I mean, you have to really think. You really have to meet me in the middle here, like.
So I've got a thought on a way to make it work, but I'm just not sure if Silas would do it.
Okay. Go on.
So my thought was, Silas could, again, not sure if he wants to or not, but he could reach out to Bluecoats, old contacts, whatever, to get an in, and he could basically offer to inform on the Lampblacks in exchange for a reduction in their Bluecoat interest in us. But I'm just not sure if Silas would actually do that. It's a solution to it's a bit of a solution to the problem, or it could help the problem. But Silas probably I don't know if that really fits with his vibe. So that would be quite an emergency option for him. He'd probably rather go back to prison.
I know Lorenzo would not be down to snitch, or would not agree with any snitches in the group, in the gang. He'd have problems with that.
Saffron will be fine with it. He'll be fine with it.
I also think.
I wonder if there's something else we can do along that line.
I like it.
I don't think we can do
down
for the
snitching on an ally.
Yeah.
Even if it's not that.
Yeah. Well, I feel like that would maybe reduce your wanted level by 1.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
and you would be on that precipice again. You'd basically just say that you can't find us, kind of thing, or just tell the inspector that you know.
Well, I suppose you'd have to make the deal with the inspector, right? To be put the case on ice.
Well, that's why I mean it could be wanted level 2, because you'd be like, the blue coats would just be like, oh, they've left Duskfall, but they would still be, if you were to raise heat again, you'd be like, oh,
go back.
It would also put Silas specifically very under the thumb and between organizations and his organization all the time. which would be a huge
I'm
pain in the ass.
I'm okay with it.
And
Of course you are.
there's also a bullet point in that Google Doc, I think, where it talks about Silas. The most important thing to him is loyalty.
Yeah, exactly. Well, this is why I'm saying, like, I had an idea.
Yeah,
but
to the Emporium. To the Emporium.
It doesn't really fit with him.
Yeah.
But I thought I'd voice it in case it sparked more thought on solutions.
Yes.
I'm trying to think what are the leverage points are. We've got the Foghound, but no one seems to want that, even the person who used to own it, which is fine. What happened with those Dimmer sisters? We was chatting to them. So I should pick up that thread before things end, but can't really get them to help.
You spoke to them once. Maybe they'll go to prison for you.
No, it went more like, can they cast a spell that makes them forget? I don't know what they do. I haven't quite figured out what they're up to yet.
Okay.
They're witches.
I think you guys need to meet. You need to come a little bit towards me here and just imagine game master and imagine game rules and imagine this is a system which is supposed to be like, this is the thing you can't just get out of with a one roll or one like favor. Like this is like a thing you should be trying to avoid.
Okay.
So you need to be something suitably big on the level of someone having to go to prison.
Sure. Can they go to prison after they've done the downtime activities?
Yeah.
Yeah. We can do it. I think we should send Friedrich.
You snooze, you lose.
Well, that's a shell, I swear. I mean, come on, you got the perfect fall guy.
I do wonder if there's still a route on the send someone to prison vibes, where someone could. I'm thinking Silas and Marlene could be like, look, we'll do your deal, we'll pay you to go to prison, but also when you get out, you will have a important role in our organization, which is now a significant one, and that could be a price that could be negotiated with someone who we know as well.
What about?
I
mean, are you ever going to accept someone else that's not someone from the Emporium going to prison? Because you've been quite resistant to that.
I would accept it,
Okay.
but it needs to be.
Yes.
They would need to be believably doing that sacrifice for you, and it's a pretty.
And we have few people who would.
And you're being really stingy in terms of anything that they want, like coin and.
Yeah, we may just have to.
I was offering the fucking boat. I was offering the boat. That's going to be worth more than 10 coins. Sure.
I mean, the boat is our turf, and
we're not
we would
offering
have
the
to
boat.
Lose the turf, so we're not offering.
We're not offering the boat. Excuse
Yeah.
me.
Your offer, Mikey, is
The boat
nothing.
is ours.
Your offer is an NPC nominally is in control of a piece of our turf.
I'd forgotten that it was. I thought that was literally integral to all other turf points. By doing that,
We're all
would
going
break the
before the
game.
boat.
Well, obviously. What about?
Let me just remind you as well of what happens when you are in. Someone does go to prison and you have to roll an incarceration roll. You get 1 dice for each PC tier level. If you get it, you won't be able to get a critical because you're only 1 dice. But if you get a 6, you get +1 faction status with a faction that you assisted whilst you served time.
I think. Okay.
And you get a claim within prison, which is like a turf.
We did have the fun idea of doing some sort of prison, having the first heist back being breaking that prison. I did quite like that idea as a Empire Strikes Back.
You're not doing that.
We
Why
can't do a
not?
jailbreak. We can't do a jailbreak. I think Lorenzo would be happy to go to prison. Actually,
With
I've
he's
got a
got
reason.
company with him.
I've got a reason. That
True.
being, he might be able to find out more about who killed his fucking family in prison. There's a lot of criminals in prison.
I like it.
So there might be a lot of leads. So he might spend a year in prison getting angry, finding in leads, and then come out with a burning vengeance, ready to kill motherfucker.
We could do that. But you may want
I'm
to
quite happy.
get rid of your spirit first before you go away.
I don't think that will. I don't think he'd see that as like a pertinent thing, really. I think that's just he's not fully aware that he is haunted, right? He's just seeing like
I think now
reflections sometimes.
No, I think now you passed the halfway point. I mean we didn't role play the entanglement, but I think you may even have had a moment where you black out, you come back, and then one of the other crew is like, why were you acting all weird? Why were you talking like that? Why were you, talking about the foghounds and
He's
and
like
all
a
this?
cockney, isn't he?
Yeah.
But is okay. So when he's taken over my body, is he like aware that he has died and what's happened?
Yeah. He's the whole thing was he wants
just
your
a ghost
body
and
for
he's possessed
himself.
me,
Yeah. Kind of as revenge to
So is he
because
presenting
your soul would be
himself
lost forever.
Is he presenting himself as himself when he's talking to the other crew, or is he pretending to be me still?
That's a good point.
Is that
Oh yeah.
changed?
Yeah, maybe not yet. Maybe it just looked like you were acting really strange.
It's a few of his like character quirks
Yeah.
coming through.
Yeah. I think I don't know actually too much about Bear yet.
Yeah, I might need to run down on him again. He's a big company fella, isn't he?
Yeah, I mean, we didn't really flesh him out too much, but his goal is he wants to leave Duskfall and go and like have a life in a colony in Severos or something. But,
Good luck with that, buddy.
but it's if you acquire an asset, get a Whisper, you'll get rid of him.
And then how does Gus react? Because Gus can obviously see him because he's a ghost hunting dog. So Gus knows he's around.
I mean, Gus is probably conflicted because you're in there too, right? So
yeah. Oh.
So I mean, so you probably got one. We've got sessions enough for one more score before season 2. So if Lorenzo is going down, then it's up to you to decide what you're going to do beforehand.
Well, so we're gonna
We don't want to do anything too brash, do we? Really, in our current situation.
So we're gonna do another downtime before the winter break.
I think so. Yes.
Okay, that changes things.
Yeah, we got 2 weeks. I think next week.
So,
week after.
So Lorenzo can be locked up after the next one then.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
I mean, yeah, you'll have to avoid the warrant of arrest for this downtime, though. But
Yes. Well, you tell us, Lawrie. Did you want to put him away now? Or you want to wait until after the next one? Or next 2?
Well, how active do we think they're going to be on Earth?
Well, I mean, we're going to have to.
Recently 3 wanted level, right? So they're probably going to be hot on our tails soon.
Well, the main thing is the downtime, right? We know we can't go out and about.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, downtime's are tricky at the moment where we actually really don't want to go outside.
Lockdown, downtime.
Just train skills inside, I guess.
Just watch Tiger King.
Yeah, just do some. Everyone makes their own quiz on a Monday night.
Oh god.
Sourdough,
Oh,
yeah.
no.
Up to you, mate. But yeah. We'll probably at least wait until after one of us have to take a more sensible Christmas theme. Maybe we do a heist where we're giving out presents to all the local kids. Make
if
themed.
So I had myself in. Does that reduce our wanted level by 1 or fully?
I think it's full. I think.
Oh.
In that case,
Incarceration.
I think I'll wait a bit. So Lorenzo will wait until he has to go in, and until he has to hand himself in.
Okay.
Is there something in the next school we could do that kind of like sets it up? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm thinking like if the crew
Bit of
had like
research.
discussed that Lorenzo had decided he was going to take the fall, we'd want
Yeah.
to try and make sure that he was secure and protected in some way in there, or could have some assets available to him. Like whatever we could to
Maybe.
or build contacts there, that sort of thing. That doesn't feel very scory. That feels very downtime activity.
Well, but could I mean, again, jumping Olly, could the Dimmer sisters help Lorenzo with his bear possession? Are they that attuned?
Yes, they could actually. They're very spooky.
You see, I'm not. I kind of want to see how the possession
Yeah,
thing
yeah, no,
plays out.
no.
I'm not
Hey,
too. I'm not
hey,
too.
it's
bothered
your
about
it's
curing
your
that straight away.
possession. Your possession. You do with it what you want, mate. Don't let us tell you what to do with it.
I would like to just see how that plays out when he's in prison for a year. Him fighting between himself and
Cool.
Bear, and they're vying for.
If we do a time jump a year, you will be fully Bear by then.
Oh fuck!
Yeah, the rate it's been going,
I thought it wouldn't be that bad.
But there'll be no engagement roles while he's in prison, so it'll be fine.
It's only been a couple of weeks, and he's pretty much taken over.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the thing.
Hoisted by my own dad.
Yeah, I'm trying to see, because I like that idea of maybe doing a score to maybe get some favour with a faction who could be helping you on the inside.
I was going to suggest, do the Lampblacks have anyone already inside? Maybe we could have a meeting with them and discuss that.
You don't need more favour than Lampblacks, though, do we?
I'd like to meet a new gang.
Yeah, meet new people.
But outside of the realms of
Plenty of fish in the sea.
That I think it would be quite fun.
Let's throw a dart. Let's throw a dart on the map and ask who's
I'm only suggesting it because they're our strongest allies, so probably would be most likely to offer the help.
Yeah.
But I would say that's maybe something we can try and secure from them on a downtime or something rather than like a score.
Yeah.
We can do a score for them in exchange for support.
Yes, that's a good point. Or I was thinking a score to if there's something, because obviously I assume Lorenzo will want something from he'll be rewarded well within the gang. If there's something he wants that on the score we could be getting for him as like a reward when he gets out.
Oh.
Or
No.
Malware.
And then honestly, think about it. If you don't want to be possessed, we've got to sort it out. So
I mean, maybe we can set up like a part of the deal is for me to smuggle in items to prison.
I was thinking that too. Like, I was thinking like something that makes your life more comfortable in prison. Like,
maybe Lorenzo smuggles in some stuff for another gang which is already in prison, and
gives him favor. That would help his favor while he's in there as well. If he knows there's a gang he's going to favor anyway. When he gets in there, he's got their favorite death sticks. It's already in there.
So you could do a score where you are establishing a smuggling route into the prison.
That sounds cool.
I like
Persuading blue coat guards.
So then by the time you come in, you're like, Duskwell #1 smuggling gang right here.
And that'll give us an extra bonus with
got all the smokes in the prison, got all the drugs, got all the shivs,
like that Max and like when Max and Paddy go to prison. Have you seen that? And they tell everyone they stole loads of money, and they basically just tell the story of the Italian job. They're like, get into 3 minutes, dead quick they are, dead manoeuvrable.
Right. Yes, cool.
Dead quick.
But as a school, it take place in like one location. The school, but at the prison, outside the prison, we like digging tunnels under and bribing guards as a school. Or is it? Can the school leap around a bit?
I don't know. I mean, I think it would be. That might be one that we do downtime, and then maybe we do some like free time gathering information kind of stuff, and then I'll come up with the score for next time. But yeah, it could be. I imagine it'll be. I mean, you could say how you want to do it. I mean, the prison are a faction, so you could be making deals with them, or you could be literally finding smuggling routes.
Yeah, just I think of Saffron strength as being tinkering and wrecking, like some kind of construction equipment embedded in the ground, literally kind of
I mean, it's
chipping away at.
I believe, the prison is right on the edge of town, near the Deathlands and all the work fields.
Where's that?
If you look at Dunslow Prison, I think it's number 3 on the map.
That's the prison. Oh yes, there's literal. I didn't know. Never even looked at all these little tags down here.
There's space for us to dock.
Woohoo!
just
delivering some. Well, I mean,
I wonder if we could work with another organ. I mean, I don't know. There's not that much information on them, but the the Foundation, are a powerful ancient order of architects and builders. I wonder if we could, do a deal with them, who they probably know where the opportunities within the prison could be to sneak in with goods or something. But I guess most smuggling is not actually sneaking in with stuff, right? It's getting someone to take it in. So.
I really want to dig it. I really want to dig a big tunnel though. I'd love to reverse Shawshank it. Dig into prison. Well, prison break it. Any of those.
You make a Sparkcraft digger.
I was thinking if I just turn the wheelchair on the side, it's got the blades on the wheel. They could spin. You could just kind of, it's kind of a drill.
I feel like the most obvious natural route, and not to say this is the one we should do, but the most obvious route is to work with, is to try and secure an asset within the Bluecoats who would frequent the prison and could be a vehicle for smuggling.
You said the prison's their own faction.
The prison are an organisation, but the Bluecoats would be going to and from the prison as a part of their function.
How deep do they go? And you really need guards to be, into the cells. Or
that's
the yard.
Pretty much how smuggling works into prisons, right? The police and people who work at the prison take it all in. But the idea is that we could get someone to do some of the work for us. We don't need to figure out the details of exactly how smuggling gets into the prison. We just need a reasonable vehicle. So the Bluecoats would be one, but it does feel a little bit.
Yeah, I think if we're going to do that, I think we need to, and also it works to expand our faction base and talk something new. I think we would need to be working on people in the prison who actually literally work in there.
Yeah. So I guess the idea is who would be going into the prison, or who has members who might be going into prison who we could work with to make them our smugglers or something like that. Which is basically all the organisations.
The prison guards, and really in terms of the guards in the prison, the people who go in and out. The police would only ever go into the lobby. You know what I mean? They wouldn't literally go into the cells if they're not the actual prison guards.
Well, in that case, I guess the score would, if we did want to do the prison faction themselves, would be to secure some sort of person who works there for blackmail, coercion, or bribery, or otherwise to do the smuggling.
Yeah, absolutely. That'd be fun.
All right, let's go kidnap someone's family.
I'm failing that. I'll just make a catapult that can just sling the contraband over the walls.
Can you get better at Sparkcraft so we can have a little drone?
Oh yes. Well, I've got two downtimes coming up.
Oh, can you imagine the hull in a drone?
Oh, easy. That's just
first
one.
First to die if being put into a drone.
That's just one tinker roll, right? Drone hull. This is one downtime activity, right, Olly?
Yeah.
Yeah. The one tinker roll.
Sure, why not?
Predator drone.
Or additional curveball.
Yeah.
It's quite a curveball. What about? I think maybe it's too curveball. There's the city council, so government people who would, be able to pull strings to make the smuggling bit itself happen if they had a reason to. Might be a bit big though to go and piss off one of the city council, eh?
Does anyone else ever go to Disney Plus or Netflix and go and find shows they've watched before and just enjoy flicking through every episode a minute just to see how quickly, or jump season 1 and see how quickly. I did that with Prison Break the other day, and it is bonkers how quickly it goes from we're breaking into prison to we're talking to the Prime Minister and the President and he knows how to get into the prison and the government. That's what you made me think of there.
We're back in prison.
We're back in prison. We're out of prison. We're talking to literally the CIA. They're in prison, and I was it made me think of that they end up fucking talking to literally the mayor. He gets a bit wacky.
Yeah, Orange is the New Black is like that as well. It's it
expands out a bit, doesn't it?
Season 1 they're in prison, and it's suddenly they've literally taken over the entire prison and running it themselves. It's crazy.
Great show.
It is a good show.
That was smuggling was all done by the guards.
The guards' bottoms, yes.
Guards' bottoms and other bits, other crevasses.
What other crevasses?
Well, if you're not young enough to know, I'm not going to tell you yet. I'll wait till you're a bit older.
Yeah. Okay. So, you can. We should probably do the downtimes. Should we do the downtimes first, and then you can look at free time and. But I think as well, talking to your contacts as well for advice. Doesn't have to be a faction. It could just be And I've just read the Dunslow page. Like there are some characters who you may be able to get introduced to.
Okay, that's a cool idea. I might have a little peruse. In terms of just downtime activities, does feel like we'd want to still be reducing heat somehow.
Yes.
Although how exactly we reduce heat from the comfort of our lounge.
You've probably got one outing that you can do, and if you all go together, then that's it's just one segment. So
group one, we do a group downtime to reduce heat.
Is this all of us taking one activity each to reduce the heat?
Yeah, you can all. I mean, you've only got 4 heat though.
We don't need all of us, surely. If one person rolls and then just see how they do.
Yeah.
And then
No, it's true.
do
You're right. We don't need to go crazy on the heat. We just reduce it a little bit.
I mean, if we get lucky, well, the first person who does it, right? But it's how you do it in the fluff, right?
I mean, basically, what I want to do is I want to do some tinkering and some stress reduction, which will all take place within the confines of the Emporium. So,
I mean, I was going to train my sneak, but I don't know how we'd do that without me going outside, unless we have some kind of like acrobatics course set up behind the shed.
I very much like the idea that Lorenzo is running around trying to hide from Silas within the Emporium, basically playing like a really, really serious game of hide and seek, and that is somehow effective training.
The tutorial mission. Yeah.
It is the Metal Gear Solid like alert sound when I'm just like Lorenzo's in a cardboard box.
Yeah, or it's like one of those early bits of an Assassin's Creed game where you're like having to jump into hay bales and sneak behind like the other guy.
Well, if Lorenzo is
now try assassinating.
If Lorenzo's going out anyway, could he then do 2 downtime activities out, and that counts as 1 journey? Or are you going to be no? That's 2 out.
If you if you reduce heat by sneaking, then I'll let you say it's 1 segment. Do you do that, Lorenzo? Do you sneakily reduce heat?
How does that even work?
Well, to be fair, you are trying to avoid the blue coats anyway.
How does that reduce the heat?
No, I'm saying you basically you're doing both of your downtime at the same time.
Oh. Yeah, sure. Am I sneaking about and then like tearing down wanted posters and stuff? That kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I laughed, but there probably are wanted posters by now, so yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm sneaking about the city of Duskval, especially Crowsfoot. So that's probably the hottest part recently.
Yeah.
Sneak about taking down the wanted posters.
Eyebrows on Saffron posters.
Maybe even I overhear a conversation about some civilians are having about us or something. Oh, you see those Damned Emporium? I just follow on home. Intimidate, interrogate. Scare the fuck out of him.
Nice.
The Batman of Duskfall. Yeah.
Yeah, you hear some like shopkeep be like, I think they operate out of that run-down old shop, that Emporium shop. I see them coming in and out there all the time. I have a right mind to go and inform the blue coats. And you're like, excuse me.
Lorenzo's fist clenches.
I can't help but notice. You're a bit of a weasel.
You got a bit of a loose mouth. You got loose lips. And you know what they say, loose lips sink ships.
Not the foghound.
My sweet foghound. My sweet, sweet baby foghound.
Sorry, sir, this is a Woodworth's.
That's his first jazz single. My sweet, sweet baby foghound.
That is a lovely name of a single. I was going to say something, I totally forgot it.
Well, let's Lorenzo then roll your reduce heat and mark your XP for.
Where is the button for reduce heat? There surely is a button.
Well, it's you have to roll the action that you used.
Yeah, my prowl. Are we saying that I get the extra pip now with this? Am I leveling my prowess first and then doing the reduce heat? Oh, sad.
God, I don't want to hear another complaint, Milo, about Warhammer rules being too wordy.
No, you got me.
Is it a controlled?
Yeah.
Downtime.
I
Standard
like this
effect.
game because there are so few rules.
And yet,
But you end up discussing the rules more.
You do.
yeah, so we're so trained to be like confined in a cage. It just still feels very natural. You're not always done to be like.
Yeah.
You can just say shit happens and it happens.
Is that a standard effect?
Yes.
Cushy.
All right. So that's two pips off your heat.
Okay, nice. I'll take that down in a second.
I've just done it, but I'm not sure if it updated.
Oh, I'll have a look.
Yeah, it's gone down to 2.
Nice, and another XP in prowess.
Nice.
Yeah, and I'm gonna put that extra pip in prowl, so I've got 3 prowl. Ooh.
Ooh.
Sneaky boy.
Welcome to the 3 pip club.
3 pip club. Way.
Hey, you're gonna be able to just walk out of
Today's pips.
Yeah.
my pips. Why don't I get a third? Wait, why have I only got? Oh no, yeah, I got a third pip in prowess. Well, didn't I? 'Cause I got an extra
You've got a third pip in prowl.
prowess. Sorry, sorry.
Oh.
In that for reducing.
Yep.
Thingamabob.
Okay, well that's 1 of your segments gone.
Great.
So the other
So no more outings.
No, Lorenzo, for your so you probably do want to clear the bear of it all before prison, then, right?
Bit sad really, because I kind of want to do more of the bear, like RP, and it seems if I just get rid of him now, I'm just going to miss out on that opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, but it sounds like all it's going to be is just end up just being bear.
If not, I become bear.
Yeah, I know what you mean. We could leave it another go of it. All I'm thinking is like it sounds like a good free time activity would be to take Lorenzo to the Dimmer Sisters to sort that out. But maybe that's a free time after the next.
if you want to hire their services, that would be an acquire asset,
which is a downtime activity. Because when we last spoke with the Dim Sisters, I'm not being selfless here. Obviously, Saffron is looking to learn more Sparkcraft cool stuff, and that was kind of the main thrust of the last conversation. Try to learn about Leviathan Blood and the Sparkcraft Guild and all this stuff. It was to share knowledge, so I'd kind of almost like to offer up selfishly, like, hey, look at this incredible case of ghost possession. That's fascinating. Look at you can study him and fix him and have fun with him. What can you teach us about Sparkcraft? Subtly, not tell him a gang that, but obviously, if Lorenzo doesn't want to do that, then But to do that, sounds like could be like a downtime activity and some free time, or
I think if you want to get rid of the bear possession, that's still acquiring an asset, but we can also have you talking to them and stuff and all this and
if I want to come away with like some new Sparkcraft blueprint that I can then create, or some kind of at least technology, could that be done in free time? Would that have to be a downtime activity as well, or something like that? Or...
I think a good rule of thumb is if you want a mechanical benefit, you have to put a mechanical spend in. If you want a narrative benefit, then you can just do it with like spend narrative time and effort. You can't just talk your way into getting into mechanical benefits.
Why? It'd be so much more fun.
I know that's Friedrich's way of playing the game.
Cool. Can we think about that as a rule? Hey, Lorenzo, you let me know, mate. I can hook you up. If you want to wait till the next downtime, perhaps that sounds more like what you're after.
Yeah, I'll remind you as well. The Dimmer Sisters are like they're famously like reclusive weirdos, occultists.
Oh yeah, but I've already made good with them. I'm already in the inner circle.
I know, but if you say to Lorenzo, like, oh, by the way, I can hook you up with sending you into that house no one ever comes out of. let me know.
He's a brave man. Hey, my free time will be spent with the Dimitris in some way this time around anyway. But whether that's to do with Lorenzo or not, who knows? That's what I'll be doing. But I'll bring it up.
Can we not delay the possession? So
Wait,
I
the
want to be able to
clock's
RP the
the
better
clock, mate.
possession, but it's gonna skip over in it basically.
You mean you want to actually RP the actual moment it happens? What you're saying?
Or just have, or like it impacting my like actual play a bit more, right?
Well, we will do in the next score if you want.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
But there's
What's
no way.
that?
There's no way for you to do the prison time.
Can I just get that done before I go to prison?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Just
I'm
call
not-
up like just the exercising guy, 24/7 exercising clinic.
That's what we're talking about here. I'll be talking
Yeah,
to
yeah.
Dimitris anyway in my free time because I'll start working on. That'll set
They're
up.
freaky though.
Your mate, but it's fun. That's more. Trust me, it's fun. You want to go in
Yeah,
there.
true.
That's fun.
true.
You want to RP some shit? Come on, that's the next. That's the next
Yeah,
downtime and free play. If you want to RP being into bear, having the actual exorcism happen in the Dimmer Sisters mansion, come on, it's gonna be fun.
The bloody Dimmer sisters.
That's
Do
it. So my boring downtime, I reduce stress by indulging my vice, which is what do I do? Oh, I just indulge vice. There's a button. There's a button for that, isn't there? No bonus dice. Was that it? Oh, I just did it. Oh Christ, I just did it. Fine. Oh, for fuck's sakes! Such a waste. It's so galling. It's a whole. That's what I think I rolled a 1 last time as well.
Yeah, you had like 1 or 2 last time as well.
Can I roll it again? It's not fair. Where's my damn? What's it called in Baldur's Gate? The dice that's fair.
Karmic dice.
Karmic dice.
You can just do it again if you want.
That is my second downtime, right?
Hmm.
Fuck that. That's pathetic. That's really annoying. There should be some. Is there any way to make that better? Can you make your dice?
More dice, I guess.
Dodge? How do you get more dice?
You're rolling your weakest group, aren't you? So you would need to get 1 more pip in resolve, and then you'd have 2 dice at least.
I thought, 1 gives me a no. Yeah, no pips would be yes, fine. No pips are bad. Okay, well, that's actually yes. You answered my question. That's not a terrible. Getting a point in consort, but I never get pips in resolve because I never do things that are risky in desperate and resolve. Okay, fine. Anyway, cool. That's good though. Yeah. I like there was an answer to my question of can I do better? Yeah, there's actually a very simple way to do it. That's cool.
Yes.
I like that.
So your second downtime?
Oh, so I was going to ask. So the bag of shit I stole from the council's house.
Your bag of shit.
Bag of stuff. I really want to craft an arcane potion. I don't want to waste time using a downtime to find the recipe or that nonsense. How do you feel about there being a recipe or a potion, arcane potion within the stuff that we stole that I could use as a blueprint to then craft a arcane potion?
What is an arcane potion?
So there's 3 examples. So arcane potions are really fun because there's So first, they're more. There's 3 of them written here that are examples. Silence potion. We create an area of utter silence around the shattered vial. Shadow essence, a distillation of the void, creates a cloud of unnatural pitch darkness. Or Viper potion, where my saliva and blood become highly toxic to others. What's fun about arcane potions is they all have the drawback of the 4 clock. Is that if they get their own clock for just arcane potions, if I use them 4 times, I get accosted by spirit wardens. So I have to be kind of careful using them. Can't use them too
I
much.
see it. Yes. That's
So
cool.
they're kind of fun, and also stuff like the silence potion and shadow potions are really good for smuggling and stuff, and creating spheres of sneaky shit. But yes, I'd like to craft it in my downtime, but I'd also like to have found a sample or at least a blueprint or something from
I think so.
the bag stuff. Cool, lovely. Well, should I craft shadow or silence? What are we after? I guess I can't really see in the dark. I suppose it's probably silence. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like silence. Cool. Remind me again. So they are, what are they? They're 3. So they are, listen, the quality level, which is tier 3. So I need to craft tier 3. Cool. remember my crafting. Bear with me.
Oh, and this is only creating one as well.
Yes, I know it's not a lot.
Yes.
Although, oh no, damn it, no. I was doing some deep research. I need to research into it again because I was looking about the whole. No, that's it because they can't be bandoliered. Because there was a whole discussion online about like what can be in a bandolier or not, and it was very very clear arcane potions can't be bandoliers. There's a weird thing of like the other stuff I kind of have infinite of, which is a bit weird, but it's just kind of obviously like it's the leech's powers that he kind of has a lot of them. But yeah, people were pretty clear that arcane potions aren't infinite.
Okay. Glad someone else has argued that for me.
I've done the research. I've done the research.
The
It was a bit
overheads.
like you can't then suddenly just slot those in. It's using a whole downtime to get one potion. It's quite powerful. Anyway, it's fun. I like the idea of having it. Cool. I forgot about the craftings now. Yeah, we know the minimum quality level is 3. We know that. So we'll have to roll by roll. We know the drawback because it's the drawback is the clocks. We know that it's consumable anyway. Right, crafting. It's tinker roll.
Yeah.
So roll tinker.
So
Go from there.
so you're tier 1, so you need to
Oh yes, that helps. Get 2 basically, right?
yeah, so you either need to get a critical or you
Pay
need
a
to spend
coin.
yeah. You
You
get +1 for your workshop as well.
Oh, yeah. So I need to roll a 6.
Yes, if you don't want to spend any coin,
Cool.
yeah.
Here we go. Tinker. 2 in tinker. I mean, come on, it's got to be.
Here we go, lads.
Roll a 1 now. It's got to be a 6. That's the. Here comes the karmic dice, everyone. Karmic dice. Karmic dice.
Hey.
Woo!
He is beginning to believe.
Cool. I have a arcane potion. Cool.
Very
I can
nice.
show that. I'm going to show that to Dimmer Sisters as well. Oh, look at this. Ooh.
So you're
Go on, mate.
so yeah, maybe I like how this is tied to you not relieving any stress. Maybe you've
Yeah.
been so consumed by this crafting, you're like, I need to get this right.
Yes.
I can't relax.
Love it.
You can't relax when you've got
You're crafting arcane shit.
you're like a dog with a bone,
That's it. That's
an
it.
alchemical bone.
Cool. Those are my. Yeah, I'm going to call it a successful downtime. Why not?
You can call it what you want, mate.
I just did.
All right, Silas.
Silas.
Shadowboxing in his bedroom.
I mean, that is literally the first one, yes. Well, not shadowboxing though. He's going to be doing his sword routines.
Okay.
Seeing as he's actually supposed to be a trained swordsman, but mostly what he's been doing is swinging wildly at things, and he realizes
Is he supposed to be a trained swordsman?
Well, he's a. I don't know if I ever wrote it down, but I had this idea somewhere that like because he has like a fine saber, and it would be like a an heirloom, family heirloom or something, so that he might have had some training from his family, like through that sort of thing, which sort of follows that he's a better than average swordsman, not just a blue coat with a truncheon.
Yep.
Not like an elite swordsman, but he would know his drills and things.
Yeah.
So he's going to do that for his first one. He's going to train. I actually have a slight cutback. There's other things I'd like to do, but we can't leave the house. So
Yes.
he's going to do some boring practical things instead. And I was on the page for what you do when you're training a thingy, and I've forgotten now because I've lost it.
Training a thingy.
Training a thingy. Let's go back to downtime activities. Where is it now?
Are you just looking to train?
Yes, I just want to train I want to train my resolve really, but I can only really train my prowess reasonably. I have to try and put in the memory bank my plan to train resolve.
So for training it just happens.
It just happens. So
Yes.
you get a pip in prowess. Boop. Right, now the other one's a little bit more of an edge case if it really makes sense. But what Silas is thinking is they've got some more turf. He's got his goal to sort of, become a bit of an authority, take control of the streets sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But what he doesn't yet have is a plan. He just has an idea.
Yeah.
So I kind of like the idea, a bit like us all in lockdown. Some people might have written a book, that he uses this time to scheme as to like, okay, so it's, he's not an idiot, and he's not like a Templeton, so it's not just about going and cracking heads on the street. Like, can he spend his time kind of planning, thinking about contacts he needs to make, like people he might need to get into his protection racket, that sort of collating his information, and basically making his like
a spider web board.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it could start a long-term project off. So I'm not sure how, maybe like a first small one or the first of a big one. I don't know quite how we would make it work, or what the end effect would be. So that's something we can figure out, I guess, out of here.
Yeah, I think there's definitely stuff you can do from home, but I guess after that, to get more segments, you would have to go and.
Yeah, it's just like a way that he can start his project.
Correct. Yeah.
Maybe send some letters. So long-term project. I suppose this probably has to come under study.
Yeah.
Seems the most.
Something like that. Yeah.
I've got a pip though. Makes sense.
Yeah, this is your police work.
Yeah, and I've not actually had a chance to earn a single pip in Insight yet, so he's really not got a lot of that police thing going on. But nice to finally use one of those skills.
So let's break it down. So I'm going to pick what size clock it is. What is the end goal here?
The end goal? Because the end goal is quite grand. I would say that his first end goal is to like establish an initial force to do his street bidding. I would say like he has the first things in place, like stage one of setting up his Silas Templeton's not the police force. So like that might involve acquiring equipment and cohorts and stuff like that. So there could be quite a few steps for him to have. Let's say the end goal is for him to have a small group of his own enforcers in order to do his will.
Okay, I'm going to give you a 8-segment clock. And then essentially the mechanical benefit will be like gaining a cohort.
Makes sense.
Of like, and you can choose if it's like, a small number of pretty tough guys or like a sprawl of less tough guys. Any name? Templeton's Terrors?
TBC. We'll leave it as that for now. This is also part of this goal is to sort of win over the citizenry. So probably terrorizing is not going to be their I mean, there will be terrorizing. There'll be terrorizing the right people at the right time.
Yeah.
So I roll a dice, and that tells me how many segments.
Yep. So 1 to 3 is 1, 4 to 5 is 2, 6 is 3. It's
I'll
2.
do that.
2 seggies. And the wall of your room, it's got paperwork and lines drawn on them with question marks and
all the organizations in the area, what he knows about them, who runs what,
potential like hires, crossed out, deceased, crossed out. maybe Belk is on there.
Yeah, list of people he has fought against who seem like they might be worth having around.
Yeah.
List of people he's fought against who definitely doesn't want on the team.
Yeah, nice. All right, cool.
Cool, I like that. Finally, we start giving him his own thing to do. So
yes.
Look forward to developing that.
And then you trained, right, as well. So
yes.
Well, we have 10 minutes of free time. Potentially planning out this giving me some sort of clues about what this score is potentially going to be, so I can go and plan it for next time.
We're setting up the prison smuggling. The idea.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, I think. Sorry, go on.
No, sorry, you go on. I'm not too sure where to start, really.
I was just going to say, like, if we decide that we need to work with the organisation of the prison itself, then our first port of call is how to find someone from the organisation and get leverage over them or payment to them to do the work for us. And so, obviously, criminal enterprise getting leverage. If blackmail seems like a good one. Blackmail or coercion to get them to do something, but we'd need to do something pretty serious to do that. Like, they're obviously part of quite a dangerous organisation. And this is the one thing they shouldn't do, probably.
Low level guards. I mean, honestly, if you just pay them, like they'll. Yeah. Depends how serious we want this to be. Is it just smuggling in like cigarettes, or is it like actually getting us to make a profit back out? Because I imagine that would make fairly easy coercion if you give them a cut of the whatever we get out of it.
Could I try information gathering?
That'd be in our setup for the school, wouldn't it?
I can't do it now.
You can do.
Could I just go and look at the prison and see if there's potentially any like easy way for us to like get anything over the wall or do a tunnel or anything like wacky like that?
Tunnel, wacky tunnel.
Before having to pay blue coats, if there's a way of us not like being able to get it in ourselves.
So I can give you...
my suggestion was going to be that for the heist, if that's what we asked Olly, almost break it into two sections, would be something a bit social and something a bit technical. That was kind of how I was thinking. Almost split the team to have that kind of happening concurrently. But maybe that's more just for downtime, is to find the information, is to kind of investigate that.
Well, I'll tell you kind of what you would know, I guess. So it says here, Ironhook Prison, a towering metal fortress where the worst or most unlucky criminals are incarcerated. The poorest are forced to work at the Dunville labour camp. So the prison is surrounded by like labour camps and also like a slum as well, a ghetto. The most well-connected prisoners manage a comfortable stay and may even continue to run their criminal enterprises from behind bars. There are board Ironhook guards, rifles slam on their backs, patrolling. There are also people with packs of like dogs, hunting dogs as well, who patrol.
The slums or just the prison?
Like the whole of Dunslow, sniffing out contraband and tunnels.
Does it say tunnels, or did you say tunnels?
It literally says, vicious dogs used by Ironhook to track down escapees and sniff out contraband and tunnels.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Hey, you sniff out a tunnel. You sniff out the absence of something. There's nothing here. I've just smelt it.
I guess it's the freshly turned out. I don't know, Mikey.
You'd sniff the sea breeze coming in when it shouldn't.
Sure,
Sniff all the sweaty men working in to make the tunnel.
Exactly,
that always happens in like the fancy films, doesn't it? Like, I smell the sea.
Yes, it's true.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And it's also on the edge of Duskfall as well, so it is adjacent to the Deathlands as well.
It feels like somewhere we don't want to be.
Is that south? Is that south of it, Deathlands?
Yeah.
Well, maybe we could use the Deathlands to our advantage here.
I was going to say they're probably less guarded.
Yeah, I'd think so. I think that's pretty fucking wacky and crazy. I like the idea of using the Deathlands as a way to help smuggle the goods. Work that in somehow.
Is there
Pretty
not
daring.
on the turf. Yeah, Ancient Gate, safe passage in the Deathlands. It's one of your your turf upgrades, but
Interesting.
Wow.
you'd need to have gone the other way, I think, to get it. But
Quite
Retcon.
dramatic. Retcon. Flashback.
Flashback. Flashback any bad decision in my life ever. Please.
That's cool. That's safe passage. So yes, that to me, if there's a turf that gives you safe passage, implies that passage is not safe without it. That would be my
Yeah, I'm
fair
just going
assumption.
to the book now to be like, so what's going on in the Deathlands?
Deathlands is basically beyond the lightning barriers. All the ghosts are just roaming free.
Basically, like the horrible place, just like the horrible place, the bad place.
I mean, from the name, it does sound fairly obvious.
That the upgrade is the most tucked away, so that implies to me it's quite a dramatic and powerful one.
You know who does have a dwelling in the Deathlands?
Demon Sisters.
Your old pal, Lord Skurlock.
Mm.
Skurlock
Now
Manor.
that would be interesting.
Skurlock Manor is one of the buildings. So when basically they had to bring the lightning barriers back and give up some of the city to the Deathlands, Skurlock Manor is one of them. But apparently he still dwells there from time to time.
So it's out there, but it's his. Okay, that's cool.
The
Okay.
description of the Deathlands is brief but quite clear.
Maybe it's here.
Beyond the lightning barriers, the world is a wasteland of petrified trees, ash, and choking clouds of miasma. Restless ghosts ceaselessly search for the faintest spark of life essence upon which to prey.
Jolly then. A jolly old holiday.
It would be a bold smuggling operation,
That'd be
but it doesn't sound sustainable.
Hey, for our, if we want to do a Christmas themed heist, there's always ghosts in the Christmas Carol. We could go do a visit these ghosts 3 knocking on the door, How about that? Do a Christmas heist in Skurlock Manor. He could be Scrooge.
Maybe Bear is the ghost of Christmas past.
Who's Gonzo? Wrong Christmas Carol, sorry. It does sound good, but it sounds a bit impractical.
I have read a score where it's about going into a house and trying to catch a ghost child who set loads of elaborate traps.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Very themed.
So we not liking the Deathlands smuggling
I
idea?
I love it, but it's just
I don't think we're equipped for it.
Yes,
though, are we? We would need to have some ghosty people, like the one we just had. Like the ghosty person we used to have would have loved this.
Yeah.
I can get a playbook advancement for it, but I don't have I'm not near to getting that yet.
Yeah, I mean, there's stuff. There's plenty of there's a few playbook arts that would have. I can create zones of like areas that attract or repel ghosts. So if we plan for it, it just seems we would die quickly.
So I feel like there's maybe like two areas to explore. Maybe we can talk about them a bit between now and then. Obviously, Olly, you have your time, but like the make a contact that does the last bit for you bit, and there's is there a way we can actually physically get it in ourselves bit, and I guess it'd be interesting if we can think of, are there possible weaknesses that we could exploit for that second one, which I think would be more interesting for everyone. However, the first one is the one that seems vastly more plausible.
That's a very good summation, I would say.
And also, technically, once you've got it in, it still needs to go somewhere.
Yes, someone needs to be in there, but then you need to get it to a prisoner on the ground. So it's
Lorenzo will be in there, right?
Yes,
that's the idea. We're doing the setup, and then once he's in there, he's going to be running it from the inside.
And it does make it a lot easier, actually. How do you?
There'll be the prisoners also work in the camps as well outside.
So that's quite a bit more.
Is that where all the slums are then as well? Where the camps are?
The work camps are separate to the slums.
Okay.
But you said did you say the prisoners work in the slums, or the slums are just
The slums are just where the poorest people in the city live.
cool? So they're not prisoners. They're just
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And you said in the description that people are operating out of the prison, their criminal enterprise already. Is that kind of like how in a modern day they on the cell phone still making decisions, or we to assume there's already other smuggling rings already happening?
I imagine there is small time smuggling stuff happening. Like the really top guys can live a comfortable life in there because they can get whatever they want.
Because another thread of it, we wanted to, and maybe this is too ambitious to try and do all this at once, but we wanted to find a partner who was in there to get them something specifically they wanted. So that was on the part of our ambition, was that we kind of didn't just smuggle in trance powder. It's like, well, actually, the prison's got loads of that already, and actually, it's completely irrelevant. We do need to figure out what's actually important to get in there and check we can actually smuggle it.
Proving relations by smuggling in goods for a fellow gang and
Or it could just be generic,
Yeah.
and it's just we've got a route and then we can just do whatever. I suppose that's yeah.
I'd
It's
love
another good
just the
point, though,
whole.
isn't it? Doing it for another gang.
We were saying that idea, like
Like-
identifying a gang in there that's not currently supplied, or there's someone outside, someone inside that we could gain favour with. That would be cool.
I'm telling you, man, I'd love a whole session where we're just all in prison and we're just like role playing, going through prison and interacting with other
Let's
gangs in
break,
prison.
baby.
It would be so cool.
Just
Maybe
Lorenzo
for-
at the gym.
Maybe for the spring break.
Yeah, spring break. Yeah, I would just try and remember what the goal of the score is. If it's to get you, so I remember it being about helping Lorenzo in prison, but
Yeah.
now it's moving into helping another faction in prison.
I
Good
think
point. Yeah, no,
I think
yeah,
it's at the
Right.
moment it's just doing the setup in order to get this operation,
Mm,
that being selling
goal-
stuff, selling contraband in prison, to
Like-
be at a stage where it can be done.
the goal of the heist is to establish
Doing all the pre-work.
a smuggling route into the prison. Be that
Because that
Yep.
in turn will put Lorenzo
yes.
in a better
Then we can decide who we actually give it to,
Yeah.
what bring in. Yes, the score
There
is
It'll be a
the
nice
score.
soft landing.
Also, I think if you did arrange it with a partner in there as well, that would also benefit Lorenzo, who could
Sure.
have friends.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Which maybe could be part of maybe
Friends.
could just be part of the investigating bit before the score, maybe just to improve our chances.
Yeah. Well,
Cool.
maybe have a think next time about what factions you want to cozy up to.
Cool.
Nice.
Is
Well,
there
definitely
a-
crows. Oh no, I'm thinking Skurlock maybe.
He's not in prison.
Yeah, but he's a mischievous
Yeah,
fella, isn't he?
He's kind of a factor unto himself, isn't he? There's not really much
He's
to
an
more to him
old
than just-
man.
Yeah. It has to
Does
be.
he actually does he look older than Saffron?
No, he's very
No,
well.
that's
There's two other very handsome old men, which is not at all affecting Saffron's ego whatsoever. Every other old man is like a fucking silver fox going around, like seducing people. Saffron's just a crone.
Scarlet doesn't look that old.
No.
He probably looks like he's in his late 40s, maybe early 50s,
Ew.
Oh,
which probably means he's 34 in Dusk Squad.
yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Well, I won't be here on Tuesday, so I look forward to seeing what state we're in when I get back.
So you'll miss the score.
I'm sure it'll still be going on.
Anything could happen.
Yeah,
You haven't
yeah.
even done the setup, you haven't done anything yet. You'll if the score's even started by the session after next, I'll be surprised.
Well, we'll be stopping for rules debates every 5 seconds, will we? So,
Well, exactly.
all right, guys.
Cool.
Alrighty.
Good chat, Sash.
Lovely stuff.
Alrighty.
Yes.
Take care.
Cool.
Chat
See
a
ya.
bit.
Cheers,
Bye.
catch you later.